Hi everyone, welcome to another video. This time I'm featuring Spellbinders Blooming Garden Collection, quite a few dies from the die set, which is the Swirl Happy Birthday frame, which is this one here, and let me show it to you in the Spellbinders packaging. Okay, so it's actually 3 dies because you've got the outer frame here and also this lovely Happy Birthday. I'm also featuring the Swirl Lattice panel. I've used this die quite a few times already. I just love this. It reminds me of a garden gate. And on my card design, you'll see that what I've done is that's going across, and on this one, it's going vertically. And the flowers, always have to have flowers. I adore them. I know they're very popular with everybody who does their crafting, but it just is that finishing touch. So I've got a combination here of the blooming rose and also these little adorable rosebuds. Now these dies so far, they've all been designed by Marisa Job for Spellbinders. Very, very pretty. Also, you may notice on my card, I have this lovely circle, which is hem stitch circle, and this is a die coming out very soon. So let's begin. I have my white card base here and I've cut 2 mats. Now I've decided to make a landscape card, which makes a change for me. So I want to affix my mats onto my base. This yellow card, I've got some inks here. I thought it would be nice just to go around the edge and just apply a little bit of ink. Sometimes when you cut card, depending on the pattern, you often see the core. So to add a little bit of ink just gives a very subtle line there. You can go around. I've chosen matching colour. You could of course use a darker colour for a more vintage distress look if you prefer. So I'll just put that onto there. So then I'm going to put my mats in place. So first of all, this is quite a bright orange. The stripes on the other side. Okay, there. And then put some adhesive onto the other side of this one. I use Scrapbook Adhesives products. They are so reliable. And the yellow mats going over the top. I'm going to start die cutting now. Using the Swirl Happy Birthday frame, this die comes with 3 die pieces. So you have the outer frame and the insert here, so you can create your aperture. And also in this die set is a very pretty Happy Birthday. And when that's die cut, that is the finished look. Very pretty. So it's all coordinating with those swirls. Position the die on your cutting plate. You may want to put a little bit of tape there to hold that frame in place so that it creates your aperture. Try to put your die through at a slight angle. It really does help when you're die cutting. It runs through so much more smoothly. And just run that through your machine. So here's our frame with our die cut aperture. Now that's very pretty, but I really want to extend this design. So very simply, you can use your trimmer or go in with your scissors, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I've just gone to that centre point there and then again on the other side and just snipped. So I now have 2 pieces. So I'm going to be looking to position them onto my card very much like that. For something a little different, it's often nice to use vellum. I've had pieces of pattern vellum which are beautiful. This is just a plain piece and I'm going to be affixing it around my frame like that. So you can just put a little bit of glue around here. So find a glue that's got a nice point, so you can just add a little tiny bit round. add your vellum over the top. If you be sure to only use a small amount, and then it doesn't seep through to the front. And again, do that on the other end. So I have my 2 die cut pieces now onto my vellum, and you'll see it's instantly extended that die. So clearly you have this gap. So we're looking to position another decorative element there. And this is where I'm going to be using the Swirl lattice panel. I featured this die in quite a few projects. I just think it's beautiful. Again, you have the scrolls, and this again matches the Swirl Happy Birthday frame. So I'm looking to position this. So you can move it around till you're happy if you want it further down, and just align. And you're going to be fixing that into place. So there you have the die cut pieces in place. You can see that the glue hasn't come through the vellum, but vellum gives it that nice sort of subtle cloudy look inside, which I think is a nice touch. We're moving on to the flowers now, and these are a combination of the rosebuds and the blooming rose, all from the Blooming Garden Collection, which Marisa Job has designed. So you'll see I've already die cut them and applied some distress inks. Now I just want to spritz some water onto these ones and just shape these. I love the minute the water hits the colour, it just becomes so much more vibrant. So I'm going to go in and just do a little bit of shaping. These ones are perfect just to push down and the flower pops up. Very pretty. And then the smaller one, which is going to go inside, just slightly offset. And then the leaves, just give them a little bit of shaping. And then you can pop them to one side to dry. So returning to our card with our die cuts in place, I'm going to put a hem stitch circle into the centre. Now hem stitch circles is a new die which is going to be coming out very shortly. It's in the Romancing the Swirl collection by Becca Feakin, and we've had hem stitch designs in the past with the ovals as well. So it's really nice to have the full set. We've got squares coming out in this collection as well. So you have the outer, the circular die with this hem stitch detail, so you can layer them up and do all different combinations. So I've just gone with the smallest one here with that really nice insert. And this is going to go into the middle. This, if you like, is sort of my anchoring point for where I'm going to position my flowers and my sentiment. So just to make that pop up a little bit, I'm going to use 3D foam squares. Align and position just there. And then I can start to go in with my flowers. So often I just prefer to layer them gently, see roughly where I'd like them to go. I often grab my phone and do a quick photograph for placement, because chances are the minute I remove them again, I've forgotten where I really liked them. So, and it's often nice to change your own position. Sometimes if you get up from your work desk and have a look from different angles, you get to see a whole different look. So play around until you're happy with the positioning of your flowers, and then you can go in and start sticking them down. Again, I like to use some little foam squares just because it gives that extra dimension. So I'm just gluing this last flower here. This is the one that I've just spritzed and shaped a little bit. I prefer to use watercolour card just because the colours become through just a little bit more vibrant. So I'm thinking maybe have this flower down here. I've chosen to put little tiny pearls to the centre. Stamens work beautifully. So I want to put that last little flower and then I think a small sentiment. So you can add a little pearl to the middle. So the all-in-one is invaluable for positioning these little things, little items and your embellishments. Tiny sentiment here, so just put a little bit of glue which will anchor that down. And the finished card. Nice and bright, warm colours, using those die sets which are Swirl Lattice panel, the one that's going here vertically, and the Swirl Happy Birthday frame, and also using the Blooming Rose and Rosebuds. I think it's a very pretty card. I've done it as a thank you card, but it would look very nice as a birthday or anniversary. And then using exactly the same design, just this time portrait style, switching the colours out to this very pale green, but exactly the same design. We've got the vellum there as well. Thank you for joining me today, and please check out my other videos too. Bye now.